So now I'm showing you the process of how to make Cascarilla chark, and I just want to show you the consistency of the powder that I made. So that is very good. I'm very proud of the consistency that, you know, my eggshells had came in. And I'm going to be using this as basically as a measurer. This is the second process of which you turn your Cascarilla, basically egg powder, into a chalk so you can draw magical symbols and things of that sort. So I'm going to put my ice cream scoop of eggshells in this bowl. I'm going to use cornstarch. This stuff will help to hold the Cascarilla together. And you want to basically use all of the same measurements. That's why I use the ice cream scoop, because I don't want it to be not an even amount. So this is basically my cornstarch, and I'm going to pour that in now. And flour. Some people mix herbs in it and, you know, do all this extra stuff. That is very unnecessary. I mean, it's not unnecessary. It's your own intent. It's what you want it to be. But I'm not doing that. So basically this is my flour, and I'm going to pour that in there. I'm going to give it a little stir before I add anything else. Make sure when you're making your Cascarilla, you're putting your magical intent in everything. I do not want, a lot of people, the consistency is different. I don't want to have a really thick paste. Like, I mean, I don't want a paste like pancake mix, because that's going to take way too long to dry out. This is already day 2 of me making this. So basically I'm going to fold this. This is going to be like my chalk holder. I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to cut this in half. Okay? Because I'll probably get 2 chalks. I'm just going to make them fat. Put that right there. Now I'm going to add my liquids. A lot of people, they just add water, or like I said, holy water, or whatever it is that you choose to add. I am adding Florida water. I love my Florida water. It's been in my family. My family has been using it for years. It's tradition. So I'm going to use a couple drops of Florida water to bless my chalk again, after the ancestors already did it. And I'm just going to put a little bit. You don't want to put too much liquid, because you don't want it to be, you don't want your paste to be like, you know, too runny. So I just have a little bit of water in here. And I'm going to start off with that much. And I'm going to stir it up. It's going to be like, being that it has cornstarch on it, it's going to be like a putty. It's going to be like, you know, if you have to add more water, that is fine. Because mine is still breaking up. I'm going to add water out of this because I just had an instant ash fall in there. And this chalk is very powerful once it's done and you did it the right way and you put your intent on it and things of that sort. And like I said, I don't want it to be runny. I want it to be like a putty, because like that, it'll dry way faster. And I am going to let this dry outside in the sun because I feel like it'll dry way faster. So now it's basically like one glob, and you want it to feel like Play-Doh. And that's exactly what it's feeling like in my hands right now. Play-Doh that is not, I'm going to just add a little bit of cornstarch. Because I don't feel like it should be sticking to my hand. Now I feel like it's doing what it's supposed to do. This is messy, but it's worth the project. It's worth to have these things. And I think I'm only going to get one chalk out of this, but that's okay because I can make the chalk big. You can make these chalks whatever size you wish to. I will choose to put it in a cylinder, a shape of a cylinder. Some people they put it in little ketchup thingies, and you know, that way it can peel right off and stuff like that. That's the purpose of me using the paper. So now this is my cascarilla, and it's hard for me to say it because it's like a Spanish word, but they use this a lot in Santeria. And this is, like I said, the process of how they make it. It smells like my Florida water. And I'm going to get a piece of tape. I do not like this piece of tape because it is a big piece of tape, but it's going to do the job. I'm going to sit this back down, cut my piece of tape. This is a nice little project, guys. So definitely, if you have kids at home and stuff like that want to help, that'll be awesome. I honestly don't think this is going to stick because I just touched it with flower hands. So I'm going to cut that piece off and try this again. I only need a little piece. I just want this to hold the paper closed that I put my chalk in. And this is basically blessing chalk. You can draw barriers, like I said again, symbols and things of that sort. So now I don't want my chalk to be too long because I don't want it to be frail and break. So this is the size that I'm going to make it. The paper will even that out. I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to now wrap my chalk into here. This is very powerful stuff. Very powerful stuff. Like I said in the description, I will leave I will leave you the uses, the things you can use this chalk for. And make sure that this is rolled nice and tight. Okay. Now that is rolled, I'm going to put a piece of tape on there, on my little scroll, and put it outside to charge some more, basically. I'm going to flatten down my chalk so that way it'll really look like a piece of chalk. I love doing stuff like this. This is when this is the Juju Darling effect right here. When I'm working my magic and being creative and doing things like this, I honestly really love it. So now I'll show you the inside, other side, and I'm going to now put this outside and let it dry out. I'm going to leave it for a couple days, or you know what? I think you don't have to put it outside. You can put it outside, but being that it's real hot, I'm gonna put it outside. But if it was any other time, I would put it back on my altar. So now I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do, but you can put it on your altar or you can put it outside, and you want to make sure that this chalk fully dries out. So like I said, I'll probably leave it for like 2 days or so before I actually go and try to use it. And like I said, I will leave in the description of all the things that you can do with the Cascarilla. Drawing sigils and things like that, magical symbols, stars, protection barriers, all that good stuff. So thank you for viewing, thank you for watching, and over and out.